start the session. Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Annado Sri Jagannatha Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitatiram originator, sensational writer, Hindu virtue donor, the emperor of spiritual kingdom, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwar. We are learning Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita, interpreted by Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwarlu. Last week we learned from 49th to 55 slokams from Moksha Sannyasa Yogam, which is the last chapter of the Traitatiram Bhagavad Gita. Let us see the meanings of all those slokams what we learned last week. One can conquer, that means knowing Atma, by practicing renunciation of not attaching to the karma without having interest on anything. He obtains Atma by doing karma and by abstaining from the matters of desires. I have revealed about one who got perfection in the system of Karma Yoga. Let you know from me about the system of Brahma Yoga. This is the distinguished in the steadfast of Jnana. One who has pure intellect by conquering the matters, keeping the mind on the Atma, giving up the matters of sound by leaving the dispositions like love and envy, being alone, eats little, controls the body and the tongue, and always who is engrossed in the meditation, that is Brahma Yoga, by leaving the attention to the ego, strength, pride, lust, anger, and without having affection for external matters, and who does get peace will be eligible for attaining the Parabrahmam. Parabrahma means Paramatma, absolute soul. One who is united to Brahman, that means Moksham, Parabrahmam, Paramatma, and who is enjoying with Atma, doesn't seek desires. He never laments. He is equally disposed to every living thing and will be distinguished devotee of me. One who knows me, how I am being existent, who am I by strong devotion is known me completely and reaches me. Let us continue from 56th slokam onwards. Sarva karmanyapi sada kurvano madhyapashrayah matprasadadavapnoti shashvatam padamavyayam. This slokam is talking about liberation, moksham. Always one who does all karmas under the protection of my system will get inexhaustible, eternal, supreme abode by my grace. So the person who follows what Bhagavan said. So when Absolute Soul takes human form, he comes only to teach his dharmas, and he follows the methods which are needed for every human being to follow to get the liberation. Whoever does that in accordance with his methods, he will definitely get the liberation. That is what about the 56th slokam. Let's move on to 57th slokam. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya matparaha buddhi yogamupasritya machitta satatam bhava. Worship me through karma yoga by offering all karmas to me with the mind and engrossing the chittam always on me, and do not think another other than me. So here what Bhagavan is saying, so far he said about the wisdom. Now he is exhorting to Arjuna, that is what he is saying, do the actions by suppressing the ego with intellect and know that all works are getting on by the Paramatma. Every work is getting done by the Paramatma. We must remember that. You have to offer all works to Paramatma through the mind. So through the mind we need to offer all our works to Paramatma only. Through the mind we need to do through the mind and make decision through the chittam. So the chittam is making the um, and make decision through the chittam that Paramatma is doing all works, and keep in your mind that works are done in accordance with the decision of Paramatma, and nothing exists other than the Paramatma. So other than the Paramatma nothing exists. All the works are done in accordance with the chittam. That chittam, whatever it decides, is the decision comes from Paramatma itself, and all the works are being done that way. But here we are not doing anything. We need to keep our focus on Paramatma, thinking that He is making it happen all the task. Let us move on to 58 shloka. मच्चित्त सर्वदुर्गानि मत्प्रसादात् तरिष्यसि अदच्चेत् त्वमहङ्कारात् न श्रोष्यसि विनङ्क्ष्यसि. What is he saying here? If you put your chittam on me, you will be released from all distresses by my blessings. Else if you have not heard my word with ego, you will be spoiled. Here Bhagavan is telling very clearly that if you don't listen to me, you will be spoiled. Directly he is telling. So we are the mortal souls. We must follow what Bhagavan said, otherwise we will be spoiled. Because Supreme, who is the Supreme? Absolute Soul. Paramatma is the Supreme. When he takes the human form, he is called Bhagavan. He comes to teach us the dharmas. With that dharmas, we will destroy our karma. Right. So, Bhagavan appeared in front of Arjuna. Arjuna knows that he is Bhagavan, he is none other than Absolute Soul itself. And he knows how much powerful he is, and how great he is, and Paramatma is infinite. He knows all those things. So, in Arjuna's body also, the actions are happening with the decision of Chittam. So, whatever the decision it may be, the task will happen from the body of Arjuna itself. So, we came to know in the previous Slokam that the decision of Chittam comes from Paramatma. So, here Paramatma is in front of Arjuna itself. Then whatever Paramatma says, it should be followed by Arjuna, not only by him, we also need to do the same thing. So he heard the word Bhagavan as the decision of Chittam. So if Arjuna thought with egoism, if Arjuna got ego, thinking that I am existing, this is my decision, and what I think that should be done. So what happens? So that becomes useless thing for Arjuna, not only to him, for us also. If he had done anything in that way, what happens? So if you do anything against the God's saying by listening to the ego, we will be spoiled. So we will get out of the wisdom path. Let us move on to the 59th slokam. Yadyahankaram asritya nayosya iti manyase mityaisha vyavasayaste prakritiswam niyokshati. This slokam is talking about Prakriti. If you insist not to fight with egoism, your decision can't be stirred. Prakriti will engage you in warfare. So we need to hear carefully the explanation so that we can understand properly here. So Arjuna initially thought that I will become a cause, I will become cause for killing many people, and those are my relatives. So it will give more sin for me, because it is sinful act killing the people. So, but everybody will have prarabdha karma, initiative karma. That prarabdha karma will have what kind of action should happen, and everything will be there. According to that prarabdha karma, Chittam has to decide. When Chittam decides, when the prarabdha karma comes into force, then what happens? The buddhi is there, right? The intellect will be thinking different ways. While it is thinking different ways, the Chittam will decide one of that action, decides the action, then it will order the action to execute from the body. That's what it happens. So that is the thing happening inside the body. But if Arjuna did not fight, if Arjuna did not want to fight, if intellect might have considered about war, whether it was good or not, in this way, among the series of considerations of intellect, because intellect will do that, then Chittam will decide one which has to be done in accordance with the prarabdha karma. At last, what Chittam decides, that only happens through the body. So during that time, Arjuna had the karma of waging war. He got the karma of waging war. So his intellect had considered about the gunas which were provoked in accordance with the karma. Chittam had decided the action which had to be done in accordance with the karma from the considerations of intellect, and gave permission to wage war. Resulted in Arjuna's body involuntary mood for fighting. So without his interference as a mortal soul, without mortal soul's interference, so in this series of actions, so when Chittam decides the action will definitely happen. So Jiva, the mortal soul, has no authority to stop any task. All must be getting in accordance with the karma and the decision of Chittam, because it won't be as you think. You will fight in accordance with the provocation of gunas, that is important, are generated by the nature. The gunas are generated by the nature. Bhagavan said that the structure of Prakriti made you to like that. Structure of Prakriti is in such a way that it will definitely make it happen the task from the body, that is in accordance with the initiative karma, whichever the mortal soul earned in his past birth. Let us stop here. Let us do Mangala Prarthana and end the session for today. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhu Rupaya Mangalam. Prabodhatmanam to everyone.